Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Have to wait and make sure that this is working. Here we are. Hi, Gail. Halfway through the week already. Isn't that exciting? Good morning, Small Cupcake Designs. Good morning. So how is everyone? Good morning, Donna. Boy, I haven't seen you in a long, long time. Hi, Allie. Hi, Rosemary. Good morning, Anita. Hi, Ellen. Paula Daniel from London. Good morning. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Jane. So what's new? Before I start, I wanted to let you know, just as a little bookkeeping thing, I have my little notes here so I don't forget stuff. But I got my coffee ready too, Ellen, right here. My Inspiring Art, my membership is going to open to sign up for it on Tuesday, the 9th. I think it's going to be, I wrote this down. I don't even know what my notes say. Like the 9th, 10th, and 11th of soon, like in 2 weeks. Just letting you know that. I'll start promoting that a little bit so you don't forget. And my Art in Bloom course is going to open up again May 6th. So the sign up for that will be in March, like the 12th, 13th, 14th, around then. And also for anyone that I talked to you about Emily's Making Artwork course, any artists on here that want to work on your marketing of your art, she has a wonderful course that I've taken. This is her 3rd year of doing it, and I've done it every year, and I love it. I learned so much. Like this morning I was working on something, and it's like a resource that I go to figure things out. It's wonderful. Well, she's going to pop in here with me on Instagram at 11:30 today. So if any of you guys want to know more about the course, if you're thinking about it, or if you signed up and you just kind of want to meet her, come see us at 11:30. So today I was between two, well, I was going to paint tulips. You know, I've been into tulips, mostly because I have tulips. That's usually what inspires me, is to actually have it. That's what they have at market right now. That are plentiful and pretty. But yesterday I did a really random trip to, where did I go? Trader Joe's. Because I needed peanut butter cups. Their little chocolate peanut butter cups are amazing. Like, it's my favorite treat ever. It's terrible, but I try to only have one. It's really hard to do. Anyway, I got some Ranunculus when I was there and took some photos. So now I think I might do Ranunculus. I'll show you two choices here. Let me turn this around. I'm thinking about that. So I could either paint that. It's hard to give a vote that quick though. Or I also took that photo too, which is beautiful. I could do either one. Eventually, I'm sure I'll do both. So they're both taken in my, I wanted to show you a picture of it. In my living room, I have a painting that I'm working on, and that's what's behind here. It's like a cloudscape, and it's very soft, and it's turned into like a back, and it's behind here too. It's turned into like, and I love how it's kind of variegated. It's a brighter blue, and there's purples and pinks. Like this one, Ellen, is that your vote? That was the first one I showed you. I think that's number 1. Me too. I'm feeling that bright pink right there. And I love the softness of the ones out of focus. I was trying to take the photo with gosh, you know me in the morning. I can't think very well. The filter on the phone that makes it, in and out of focus. But it wasn't working right. But obviously something was working, because that's exactly what I was going for. Sometimes you have to step back so far that it's like, I don't want to be back that far. I want to be in close and still have depth of field. But it worked. So let's do this one. They both look like a lot of fun. I love when you guys send me suggestions. I always try to get around to them all eventually. I should write them all in my little notebook. I finally have a notebook that I bring with me to have notes of if I want to say anything, because I always forget. I forget everything, quite honestly. So what is new? I just had a sip of my coffee. My family went skiing for the last 2 days. I left Sunday afternoon and just came back yesterday. And as much as I was sad not to be with them, because we're so very rarely all together, because my son lives in Baltimore and my daughter lives in Sellersville, so everyone's not home anymore, just Izzy and Mike and I. Oh, wait, I need the one with the grid. It was lovely to be home by myself for a little bit. And I was working on my membership course, and I got a lot of thinking and planning done, which I really needed to do. And I always need kind of a quiet space to do that. And it's not like I don't have quiet during the day, but I'm usually thinking about my design job, so that takes a lot of my brain space. So it was really, really nice. But I'm glad they're all home now. All right. Yeah, I love that focus of this flower right here. So I'm going to need to think about edges. That's something we talk about in my Art and Bloom course, and something that we'll focus on too in the membership group, our edges, and like, you know, hard edges and soft edges, which makes things look like they're coming closer or being further away. For a split second this morning, I thought about doing a wash over this whole thing and then pulling out where the lighter areas is, but I didn't. I don't know. It does sound like fun though, doesn't it? Maybe I'll think of doing something like that another time. Yeah, I was taking these photos. I mean, literally, I did this little photo shoot of what I'm painting right now, like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. And the ones that I showed you, this was fun. Well, I don't have all the photos on here, but I had these in a vase on my you know, where I always take all my photos, and I walked by and it caught my eye, and I pulled them out of the vase and propped them on the painting, standing up, and they just looked so cool. I get distracted with photo shoots constantly because I walk by things and it catches my eye and off my mind goes, and I think sometimes I have focus issues. Well, it's because I'm distracted by beauty everywhere I look. It's a good problem, right? Isn't that a good problem? I can't wait for peony season. I can't wait to be able to go to the farmer's market and take photos of all the fruits and veggies. And I don't know, I never get tired of painting any of those things. I see the requests for live video. I have to figure out, I tried that one time to let people come in. Like, it'd be fun to do that and have everyone show what they're working on. But I had issues. Then I couldn't save it. So I've got to like do a live, like play around with it and see if it saves. Like do something that I don't care if I can't save it. I already have trouble saving this sometimes when I'm finished doing this in the mornings. Sometimes it saves right away, and other times I feel like I have to like fuss with it for a long time before it saves. Any new favorite paint colors or RNF oils? Laura, not yet, because I haven't bought any new ones, but I would say that doing like my oil painting course, I've narrowed down to my very favorites. But I did see a new one that they offered this year that's like a metallic gold. I can't remember what was special about it because I actually have my gold that I love, but it was something different, so I do want to buy that. I need to work on my art supply wish list because I am running out of a few things, so I think it's time to treat myself to a few new ones. love this stage. I always say at this stage it looks like this would make beautiful, beautiful design for sheets. Maybe it would be fun to make a background, like a cloudscape, like what this is actually on, and then paint on top of that. That sounds like fun, does it? Oh, I missed a flower back here, didn't I? I sure did. Good morning, Jane. How are you? Hi, Gashi. Is that how you say your name? I never know how to say your name. Gashi? How are you? Grassabelle. Grassabelle. Am I saying it correctly? Grassabelle. Yeah, I know who you are. I just never am sure how to say your name correctly. It's terrible. Excuse me. Last night I made it to yoga. Gashi. Is that right? Yes, good. Thank you. Thank you, Gashi. It's beautiful. You're beautiful. I'm going to leave, I think, that out back there. Hi, Christina. How are you? Good morning. All right. I think that's good. Maybe I'll wipe away where some of my light areas are, just because I feel like it. Painting is partly trusting your intuition too and not overthinking things, but if you think about doing something and it sounds like fun, just do it. And that dark area up there that I'm missing. Right, I don't want to forget about it. All right, good. Glad that you are well. All right, I need to sip of my coffee. Whoops, sorry, I'm bumping my phone. Are you painting flowers too? Oh, good. It is fun painting flowers. So inspiring. It's a reminder that spring is on its way. No question. Can't wait till I go for my walk in the, what is that tree that I love, that I was painting so much last year? The, I don't think it's, I can't think of what it's called. It's not cherry blossom. Gosh, Kim, I don't know, but I can't wait till it's in bloom. It's so pretty. When spring starts to peek through, it's just the most amazing thing. And if we didn't have winter, we wouldn't appreciate it as much, right? That's what I tell myself. Of that gold. This, I love this color, this iridescent gold. So I have to see what that other color was that they were, RNF was promoting. One color I did get out to play with is this Terra Verde Italian Green Earth. Magnolia. Thank you, Gail. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want the magnolia trees to be in bloom. That's exactly what it is. That's was one of my dad's favorite trees. They are gorgeous. And he never liked dirty trees. Like when I moved into my first house, he's like, you have to cut that tree down. It was, I can't even remember what it was. And it's dirty. But those magnolias are dirty too, but they're just absolutely stunning. Maybe I need to plant one of those in my yard. We do have a tree that we need to have torn down or cut down because it's dead. So maybe that's what I need to put there. I think so. Doesn't that sound fun? Now I want to let some of these show through. I've been getting better, I think, at letting these fun colors pop through. On the one that I worked on yesterday, I felt like I achieved maintaining some of that. Sometimes you get carried away and have too much fun and you forget to let that happen. I think that's pretty good. Now we have to mix colors. So we need pinks and greens. Can't beat that for fun. And like a neutral gray. Yeah. Maybe a little purple. I don't know. I'm kind of in the mood for a little bit of purple too. So let me bring you over here. Down here. So what's new? Oh, what are the crayons you're using, and when do you decide? I do those as my second layer. They're called R&F pigment sticks, and they're actually oil paint in stick form. They're really messy, really fun, and it just kind of loosens up my painting and makes kind of a creamy area to work into. Most things I do just because they're fun. I used to always think that wasn't a good reason for anything, but gelato sticks. Gabby, I think I bought one when I was at like Michael's one time, and I wasn't sure about them. I also have the other little cute little sticks. I don't know where they are. They were right here on my table, but they are too hard to add into this, into oil paints. But if you know much about them, I would love to play with them. I love experimenting with art supplies. A nice dark and put a little bit of green in there to desaturate it. It's pretty. Yeah, the R&F sticks. Oh, I'm sorry, what did I miss? Oh yes, Jane, they do last a long time. Your pinks on the right look like hearts. Oh, they do look like little hearts. Oh my gosh, I love that. They were here on my palette from yesterday and they weren't dry yet, so I tucked them over there thinking that maybe I'd use them today. And I'm glad you pointed that out so I don't forget to try and use them today. Usually my paints get pretty dry, my piles, by the second day. I'm gonna need more of this pink. Sometimes I'm a little stingy with mixing my pinks and I need plenty. Where is my pink color? And I'm trying to keep my colors out that I use all the time because I'm always looking for them. So I have a whole pile here. I love that they look like hearts. That's too cute. So are any of you guys are you going to do the making artwork course with me? I'm just curious. Or any of you guys on the fence about it? Have any questions about it? I mean, Emily will be able to answer anything. I hope you pop in at 11:30. Do you paint with plastic wrap? No, Jim, I never do, but I should try it. I guess that would probably keep it. I cover it with just a lid, but that's more so that my cat doesn't get into it. I'm trying to think. I need a little desaturated pink. I need more of that. Put a little more green in there. Maybe I paint in watercolor. Maybe I could in acrylic. Yeah. You could do anything in watercolor too. I just think watercolors take longer. And I tend to go tighter when I paint in watercolor, but if that's your goal, then it's perfect. That's where I really started. I always painted in watercolors. Sometimes gouache too in college, because I always had to do like comps and stuff that had to look super realistic. I would do that with gouache. I'd always like to get another set of gouache and play with doing that. That's good. I think that's good. Maybe I'll do a little darker, desaturated, and then go for some light brights. Okay, those are good. Oh, did you go to art school or are you self-taught? Meg, I went to, for graphic design, I went to Kutztown University in Pennsylvania. It was a wonderful, or still is a wonderful graphic design school. I loved it. And so I have a design business, a marketing design business, and I've had it for 30 years. But as, you know, when I first started doing this, everything was hands-on. Like we would make marker comps, so we would do everything by hand, and then everything became on the computer, and I really missed making things. And that's when my third child was a little more independent, I started getting up every morning to paint. And now it's become an entire second business for me that I love. Oh, Jane, so the class that I'm talking about is Emily Jeffords, and she has a course called Making Artwork. And it's like a business course for artists. It's like everything you needed to learn in business school for art. It really is terrific, and it's fun. And then anyone who signs up with my link, I'm going to make our own little like Facebook group and stuff so we can share our progress and work through the course together. It's really fun. And even if you don't ever want to have like a serious business, it's still a really neat course because you still learn things that you can apply, because no matter what, you're communicating and sharing your artwork. I'm in the same boat. Third child, finally more independent and ready to die. Oh, that's wonderful, Meg. Yes. Yeah. And it is so fun. Sometimes, you know, I say to myself, I wish I would have, you know, started doing this a long time ago and made this my full-time business forever ago. But the world wasn't like this back then. We couldn't have done this the same way because, you know, there was no internet. There was no way of sharing. You had to get your work in a gallery, all the things. Like I never took painting classes in college. I wish I had. But it wasn't time for that to be part of my journey then, I guess. Right? You have to trust that process of learning and growing and kind of just go with it. Because each thing builds on the next. And the fun thing about art is that what there is to learn about it never ends. It's infinite. Like you don't just achieve a style and then you're there, that's it. I'm done learning. And that never happens. Let me think what else. I need bright green. Oh, or my course, Gail. Thanks for that. Yes, and I have a course. It's floral oil painting course, and it's a 6-week course, and that's going to come out in March, and it's beautiful. This is the second time I'm releasing it, and everyone loved it the first time. It's just my friend from college filmed it, and he edited it, and it's just gorgeous, and it's fun, and I've had people, you know, take it who have very little experience in painting, and everyone's paintings are just beautiful. It's just fun and exciting to me I think that's become, even as much as painting, I love teaching. I love sharing about it. Selfishly, I think I just love making new friends. That's the best part. Like some of the people on here I've known now for quite some time, and they're my friends. Kate said, I just joined Making Artwork, and I'm very excited. I'm sorry I didn't realize that you had a link, or I would have joined through you. Well, Kate, if you want to be in my group, I thought there was a place where you could let them know. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'm not sure. I can't think about that. I can't remember. I thought there was a place you could put my name in at the beginning, but maybe it's too late for that. I wasn't sure which one she was speaking about. I probably talked about both courses. Oh, I need a neutral for the background. Let me get this out of the way. I want to get my video blue extra pale. Yeah, I think I crossed over what I'm talking about. I'm always kind of rambling. Just following my mind as it flits through life. It's craziness, right? So I want that background color to be a little neutral, but to have some color to it. Kind of look like gray. Mixing paint is so much fun. I don't always do this, but I try to mix my paints, my main colors before I dive in, because I find that it keeps your painting more cohesive and gives you more time to focus on painting rather than stopping to mix colors all the time. But I do get lazy sometimes and don't do it this way, but I always regret it. Oh, yeah, you just asked me that. Thank you. Kim's course was great. Thank you. New at painting and learned so much. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. So there's the palette. I think I have what I need. I'm going to turn you back up here. Yes, now it's time to start thinking about making another course, which I would love to do. I've got to bring it up to my friend and see if he's willing. You know, it was a lot of work for him to edit all that down. And he helped me with kind of keeping it all focused too. I'm not very good at that. It's not my strength is organization and focus. Except when I'm painting, then I'm pretty spot on. Okay. Thank you, Mary. Oh, which one, Anita? Which color did you like? Is that okay? It's still a little crooked. Okay. Have a sip of coffee. 8:30. We're on good schedule right now. I'm going to take my big brush. I love this big number 12 rosemary. I did get another. I got a tiny one, so I have a few sizes. I still didn't buy the full set. I don't know why. I just keep not quite doing that. I need to buy all of them, every size of this brush. And I want to write to them. I don't know how it works, but I would love a huge brush like this. When I'm painting large, I would love to have this brush like 3 times that width. Oh, the gray blue, Anita, I love that too. So I'm going to write to Rosemary and see if that's something that could possibly happen, because I know they actually make their brushes. So there could be such a thing as requesting a brush, or she might know of a brush that's similar. I'm looking for my darkest areas. So I have to think about my edges because, you know, they're very soft in the background and hard in the foreground, which will give it depth. What are they actually called? Eclipse short. Oh, Jane, I get these from Rosemary and Company. It's an English company, and it's no problem ordering from there. They're number 12. This is the biggest one. Eclipse short flat. Then here's an 8. And look at this cutie. This is a 2, and they're all the same brush, just different sizes. And definitely my very favorite go-to brush. So yes, I would love to have it in more sizes. Yeah, I definitely have an art supply addiction. One of the things I have coming up, Winsor Newton sent me some water-soluble oil paints to try out, to demo and see what I think of them. So maybe I'll do that one of these mornings on here to see what they're like. I've done it once with my friend Beth. She paints with water-soluble oils. She does plein air painting, and I really did enjoy them. Bristle brush. Jim, I guess. I don't know if, I think it's a synthetic brush, but I'm totally not sure. But if you type that in, you'll get the information. And that's also where I get my my medium that I use on my base layer. It's called Zest It, because then you don't have to mix anything up, because I think it's like a mix of oil and let me see what it says in here. It says, does it say what's in it? It's linseed oil and hydrocarbon. That must be like the, I can't think of what that medium is called. Synthetic mongoose. Thanks, Gail. Thank you. I love when you guys help with the answers, because I don't remember things like that. Okay. I'll put a little bit of my background color in to kind of let me know where I am with things. Did you put it on the surface first or mix in with the paint? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I have it in a little jar, and as I was doing that base layer, I just dip my brush in as I go. And that's just that's one of the things that I go over in my course too. You can learn about it in there. Just kind of a nice way to start, and then it's more creamy, more wet in the background. But now I'm only painting with the straight paint. Oh, thanks, Karen. Yeah, I do too. I always love this stage of letting it be that spontaneous. On these small paintings now, I need to experiment. I have a few of these paintings that are ready to ship, and I have to varnish them, and I'm not sure if I want to brush on a wet varnish, or what I do on my smaller panels is I use this. It's a Blair spray varnish just to protect it. I just brought that into my studio this morning, so I knew right where it was. The floral course. Yes, in the floral course, I go through my whole process. So it's kind of like what I'm doing right now, only it's with 6 different flower paintings, and I go over in detail like how I really do it. Whereas here, you're just hanging out with me while I'm painting and asking questions. But there I, explain it all a lot more in detail and thoroughly. My little sales page that I'm making, isn't that pretty? I love how those colors blended. Like, I want to let that stay like that, because I love when little fun things like that happen, and I don't want to, I just want to let it be like that. It's like getting out of your own way and letting the magic happen. I don't know why it's so hard. I guess it's because we're taught to want things to be perfect all of our lives, and as you get older, you realize there's no such thing. So just embrace the imperfect. It's even better. Linda, oh, thank you, Allie. You can frame them under glass, but you don't want your painting to touch the glass. I wanted to experiment. My friend Jenny has a frame shop right next to my office where I have my business, and I want to go in and see her and try some, experiment with some ways of framing these works on paper, because I love the texture of the watercolor. It's like watercolor paper, and my love for watercolor, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You're welcome, Linda. How long does it take to dry before you varnish it? I try to let it dry for several weeks. It really does take a while. And it depends how thick your paint is. It depends on, brands of paint. Like there's a lot of variables that can make it dry more quickly or more slowly. But I try to leave several weeks. Like I don't promise to ship until like at least a month. Now, ideally, I would do my paintings in advance and then post them when they're ready to ship, but I can't ever get myself like a month ahead. How do you clean the brushes? I use, do I have it here? I use a soap. It's from this company, Chelsea Classical. You can use this, or they have it in soap form. And I usually put my brushes, because usually I have to get right to work. As soon as I'm finished painting, it's usually time for me to start my day job. So I drop my paintbrushes in a jar with Murphy's oil soap to just keep them from, drying. And then when I have time, I go back and I wash them with that Chelsea Classical, but the soap, like I brush it around. I don't know where it is. I cleaned up my area the other day. I can't remember why, and put things away, and now I can't find anything. Story of my life. If I put something away, it's like it never happened and I can never find it again. It's that out of sight, out of mind. That's why I don't like to put things away, because I truly forget to take care of stuff then. It's crazy. Crazy how your mind works or doesn't. A little bit of desaturate. I have to desaturate that a little bit. That's too... Nettie, me too. What are you saying? Yeah, I was painting some of these panels. I had made these to do a fun project for my membership group. I cut them all out at my office because I have a drawing table from, when I used to have to do all my artwork stuff on a drawing table, which is a really handy thing to have. Oh, desaturate, Patty. To desaturate a color is to add the opposite of it from the color wheel. So if I have a pink and I want to desaturate it, I'll add green to it, which makes it less vibrant and then also helps make it look like it's going back, like receding. It's like kind of a perception of how the paint looks then. It's just less bright, I would say. Maybe a little green here. It looks pretty in there. Oh, about putting the, yes. Yeah, it's terrible. If I put anything away, I forget to do it. I wish that didn't happen, but it totally happens all the time. Like even my bills and stuff, they sit right in front of me on my computer. I would forget all about them. Because I don't, a month goes by in 5 seconds, and then you're like, oh, I thought I just paid that bill. Little in there. my coffee. So every time I organize, I can't find anything. Same, Anita. It's crazy. And you can't have everything out. Like, life can't work that way. Like, my husband's very tidy. He would love to have that kind of house where everything is in its place and, you know, everything's always put away and the kitchen counter's clear, and I just can't maintain that. I don't even understand. First of all, I don't understand organization. I don't know where things belong. And that sounds crazy, but it's totally true. And like, if someone puts all my things where it belongs, I can maintain it for a while, but just little by little, it falls out, and then I don't know where that is again. Sorry to keep joining my phone connections. Oh, that's fine, Shelley. That's totally fine. Come and go. Sometimes I'll watch, like if I'm watching someone do something, I'll come and go just because, you know, life's busy happening, and I'll go off and do something else and come back and watch for a little bit. I like these bright colors showing through. I hope I can keep them. Karen. I think we're twins. Yeah, same. I guess it's the artist's brain. That's what I call it. It's my excuse anyway. My excuse for the lack of focus. Although when I'm doing this, I'm completely focused. I don't have any problem focusing now. I see you're talking about spaces. I'm starting to get ready for some renos. Is there anything about your space you love or wish you had in your art space? Sunlight. That's the biggest thing I wish I had, was more sunlight. Although I guess on Saturday I was painting and there was sun coming in the window and I couldn't see. They always say a north-facing studio is the best. But honestly, my studio is in my basement. And I think, to me, the biggest thing is convenience. You know, as much as I'd love to have a studio somewhere, if I have to, like, go somewhere to paint, it's less likely to happen. So whatever you can do to make your space be convenient, I'd say, is most important. So that whenever you feel inspiration, you can just dive in for however long. That's part of being a parent too, though. You know, maybe my daughter will go off to college next year, and maybe I'll feel differently and want to get out and be happy to have a studio somewhere, because I won't need to be switching laundry in the middle of the day. Is my messy happy place. Me too, Linda. East. Well, east is okay. Let me think which way is east. Yeah, my window's to the east too. I'm facing south right now. It works. It works. I have, like, I don't know if you do all different kinds of things. In my space, I have an area where I kind of do my acrylic painting. It's a flat area, a flat desk area, and then I have this area where I do my oil painting. So I kind of have two stations. So like if I want to work on something different, I don't have to clean up my oil paints to work on acrylic artwork. I kind of do like that. I like that I have it that way. So that's something you could do if you like to do different things. And when I do my membership, I'm excited to be able to play around with a lot of things. I feel like it's going to be like the art class I always wished I had. In the warm months, I love to paint outside. Jane, that sounds amazing. I don't know if I ever do. I paint outside at Mulberry Farm, where I did my online course. Some of my online course videos are outside because it's gorgeous there. So yeah, I would like that. And I'd love to do some plein air painting. I just haven't had the opportunity. that area up. I think I need some. What do we think here? Is it coming together? It's good for me to look at it through the phone. It's a good trick for seeing what your painting looks like, is to look at it through your phone. Do you have a favorite brand of acrylic paints? To clarify, are you going to be opening up 2 classes, one in March and the other in the spring? Oh, Patty, yes. Okay. Now wait, first let me answer Rosemary because I'll forget. My favorite, I think I have 2 favorites. My favorite acrylic paints are these Nova paints. I love these. Nova color, those come from California. And then I also use a lot of the golden. I love the golden high flow acrylics because they're kind of like the transparent layer that I do on my oil painting. They kind of mimic that. And those would be my favorite. When do you stop to use a brush? I'm still using the same brush. Patty, the 2 things that I have coming up. So in the next like 2 weeks, I'm doing a thing. It's a membership where you pay monthly. I think it's going to be $27 a month, or it's cheaper if you pay for the year. And it's going to be like art class where there'll be content like 2 or 3 times a month that I'll put out, and it'll be activities. It'll be fun projects to work on. It might be little field trips where we go learn about things, skill builder things, whether in oil paint, acrylic painting. Like, I want it just to be fun exploration of creativity more than anything. So that would be fine for a beginner. And then my other course is my Making Artwork course, which is a 6-week oil painting course. And that is going to open up in March. And either one is good for beginners. It's whether you want to play with all different kinds of things, or if you would rather have more of a focused learning of painting flowers. And I don't know. They're both going to be really fun. Oh, Sharon, one of my students is writing to me. I'll write her back later. Gosh, yeah, I don't know what you mean about stop to use a brush. I use the same brush usually the whole time, unless I have little details. Like if I'm doing birds and I need to get in and do bird's eyes, I use smaller brush. Or if I have a little tiny area. Yes, making art, making artwork is Emily Jefford's course. That's the marketing course. I'm probably saying the wrong thing. It's Art in Bloom is my floral oil painting course. It's called Art in Bloom. And if you're not on my email list, just get on my email list and I'll be sure to send you all the information about it. And I have the dates written down. So my Inspiring Art, which is the membership, that opens Tuesday the 9th of March, so like in 2 weeks, and that'll start on Friday the 12th. I already have a fun project that I want to do. An Art in Bloom course will be for people who work. Oh yeah, Chris, it's a pre-recorded, beautiful oil painting class, and it releases 1 module a week for 6 weeks, but you can do it at your own pace. I say it's available for 2 years. I mean, it'll probably be more than that. I don't know how people promise like the courses are available forever, because I won't even be alive forever. So I set it at 2 years, not knowing, because you pay monthly to have a course on a thing like that. But I'm sure that I'll have it available longer than 2 years. But You can work through it at your own pace. And then I do little Facebook Lives with kind of skill builder things in the middle of the time, and then load them also into the course. So you can watch them at any time. It's really totally to be convenient because I know how time is. There's not near enough of it. When do you think you need to buy another one? Oh, another brush. When they kind of get frayed on the ends. It's hard for me to say in general because I have so many of them. Those are some of my favorite brushes, but look back there, I have many more favorite brushes. So I never know, like I can't say like I use a brush for like, you know, a month and then painting every day and then I throw it out. I just use them and then after a while, like this one probably, see how this one has like a point to it and this one's frayed looking? It looks like not a point. Then when I go to use this one, it'll probably splay like this a little bit and I won't be happy with it. But I hold on to them because then when I do large paintings, and I don't care if I'm kind of beating my brush up, then I use them for that. I don't know, I very rarely throw away a brush. I just use it for different things kind of through its brush life. 852. Oh, sometimes oil brush works good too and some, yeah, yep. I agree. All right, I can put some of my like little highlights in, and I didn't realize how quickly time was going here. It always does when I'm painting. I lose all sense of time. What was that pink that you started with? Leslie, it's, you're probably talking about the Permanent Rose. It's like one of my very favorites. It's just a magical pink. Very vibrant and alive. Now I'm trying to look for what areas I need. On here. Kim, what reds did you use as the base for your mixtures, please? Jane, the reds that I used were Permanent Rose, Winsor Newton, and I love, this is my favorite magenta. It's called Block X, BLOCK-X. So those really are the only two reds that are in here. Of the petals, yeah, they're pretty. You see anything I'm missing, or like there's some white showing through? Not that I don't like to worry about that, but that shouldn't be there, so I'll do that. I think I need to see if there's any other spots that I need to. Stem for the main flower. Oh, where is that? Right here. Yeah, no kidding. Didn't even see that. Look, I even have the perfect spot for it, and I never even put it in. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny when you get lost in your own painting, you don't even notice things. That was a fabulous suggestion right there. I don't know. I think I might be finished. Do you think I need any other lovely expressive directional broker? Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, so now I need to sign it. It's already 55. Boy, this is the fastest hour of the entire day. And actually, here I'll show you my palette. It's my palette that I used. The painting and the reference photo. Let me turn this around. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me this morning. It was fun, as always. Love hanging out with you guys. And if you want to come hear anything more about the Making Artwork course by Emily Jeffords, that's the business marketing course. She'll be on here with me on Instagram at 11:30. So come with questions. And she's lovely. And then my courses are just my little plug here. I have my Art and Bloom course that comes out. The course will open up in April, and it starts in May. That's Art and Bloom 6 oil painting classes. It's online. You can do it at your own pace. And then the other one is my membership group, which is a monthly group that we're just going to explore art and have lots and lots of fun. What's the blue on the right side of the stem? It was probably maybe this, one of my book pigment sticks, I think. Or could have been this. Sometimes those fun colors that pop through are from that layer. I try to, let me show you a little bit up close. So see those colors? These colors are popping through. Those are from those bright pigment sticks. So guys, thanks for coming. It's good to see you all. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the week, and we'll do it again next week. And let me know if you have any questions. Goodbye. And oh, and I'm going to post this. I'll save it. If it saves, it usually does. I'll post it. I have a YouTube channel, and I also put it on the blog on my website if you want to go back and watch it or see previous ones, because I do these every week. So thanks very much. See you soon. Goodbye, guys.